It is now 6:10 p.m. in Abu Dhabi. Today is 14th of March, 2026. And today's topic of discussion is harmony in relationships. But before we go into our discussion today, I need to give some update. Like originally we had planned one camp, spiritual camp in Bodh Gaya. That is from 20 and 21st of March. That one's supposed to be this coming week. However, because of now the flights are not regular, Abu Dhabi airport is partially closed, and due to this uncertainty, so we have called off our camp this time, and maybe we'll schedule it later. But at present, it is not postponed; it is cancelled for the time being. So those who have already confirmed that we already informed them already. I'm just saying for others. So this stand called off for the time being because of this. The flights are not normal, and we cannot take risk at this moment. Means basically I cannot leave Abu Dhabi right now for going to India, and if anything goes wrong, I may not be able to back here, so that will be an issue. So that's why we decided to postpone it for the time being. When things get improved and situations better, then travel better, then we can plan it again. So far for the time, however, that whatever our Guru Purnima camp we have announced, that will go as per plan. So that is the stands, and that camp, as you are aware, that in this Guru Purnima camp, we will be visiting, it will be in South India, Tamil Nadu, and the two places we'll be visiting. First one will be Palani, and it is the sage Bogar, Bogar Rishi is one of the 18 Siddhas. So he was guru of Babaji. So and also Babaji also, but he was guided by him and Rishi Bogar, and after a certain time, then he said that whatever your learning is, whatever I can teach you, I already convey it to you, and now for further learning, go to my guru. And his guru was Agastya Rishi. So Babaji then went to Agastya Rishi and completed further learning and further diksha. So in that sense, that both sage Bogar and Agastya Rishi both are basically guru of Mahavatar Babaji. And in this Guru Purnima, we'll be visiting their places. And here the Ganesh Babu is arranging all here. Ganesh, you are here? Ganesh Babu? Okay. Anyway, so that will be that will be in July. So all the dates and other things we will announce. And so for the time being, so that is where it stands about our program, about the camps. However, online things will go as usual. So that will continue as our normal plan. All right, so now let us come to our today's topic of discussion. So first, it is harmony in relationships. First is about law of karma in relationships. Then we have 3 points: soul's plan, past life account settlement, and relationship lessons in life. Okay. So first, let me give you the little bit background of this the relationships. What is it? Why the relationship forms, and to whom it forms, and why all the relationships are not pleasant, and what is the point? And some relationship we can choose, and some we could not. Like like our parents and siblings, we cannot choose. It is we are born in some place, and we have to accept however they are. So why is that? So these kind of things first basically understand the fundamentals of the relationships. We come here we take birth rather in this planet Earth. So most of the time, still we got enlightened. Before that, all the births are mostly karmic births. Karmic births means there is something, some karma need to be settled, or some karmic account need to be closed, or need to be addressed, or something of that nature. So from where the karmic account opens, opens in earlier life. Earlier lives, the karmic account opened, and if those accounts are not settled in that lifetime, it has been passed on to the next life, and so forth, so on and so forth. So when we have any karmic, like a karmic account normally, or law of karma, you can say, normally operate in mainly 3 areas of our life. What is or you can say that we come here to learn lessons about the 3 areas of our life, and those are the areas which is also karma. When we are not energetically we create imbalance, then it creates karma. But let me first see what are the 3 things we come on the planet Earth to learn. When soul takes the incarnation, the body, what purpose? 3 major things it learns. So first, it learns about health, like the body, physical body is a gifted. So how to operate it, how to maintain it, and how to use it for any other activities. Those are the first one, the health or physical body. Then also I come here to learn money lessons. Money, if you talk about in the universe, the money lesson only available in the planet Earth. In other areas, money is not available. Okay. So if somebody means some soul wants to have the money lessons, they have to take birth here to understand money. So in that sense, in this world, money governs, most of the things. So money lessons, first is health lessons, money lessons, and third is relationship lessons. So relationships means interaction with others, so this 3 things we come here to learn. So, and this, as if it goes as, if we call it, if the energy is not, we maintain the balance energetically balance in all these 3 areas, we, lead a very fine life, no issues with that. But if there is an energy imbalance, like we have not there, while we, because of our free will, we have a thoughts, words, and actions. Out of the free will, if we did think, say, and do something which disbalance the energy, then the effect will also come in these 3 areas. So this is the law of karma. Means if you have done the good thing, you will get a good karma fall, the result. And if you have done the bad thing, bad means energetically disturbed, then we have to balance that energy. And so equal and opposite thing happen, and that is law of karma, cause and effect. So as this 3 areas, we come here to learn lesson. In the 3 areas also, if we have to do good thing, we'll get reward in these 3 areas, like we get good health and financial prosperity and harmonious relationship with everybody, But if we have done something wrong in any of these lifetimes, and then in these three areas, means health will be suffering, means some disease and other things will come, and maybe financially will struggle. So if financially you have done something wrong or cheated somebody, or take undue advantage, whatever is not ours, stolen something, etc. So we'll get the karmic repercussions in the financial area of our life, and also the relationships. We have also, if we harmed anyone, then we need to settle that, and then our relationships will suffer. So both ways. So these three areas we get the reward, which is everybody is looking for, but based on our past karma, we can also have this karmic effect when it comes to pay the prarabdha. When the prarabdha karma, it gives effect of whatever you have done before. It download from sanchita to prarabdha. Anyway, and these aspects, what happens is, if it is not completed in one lifetime, then it goes into our causal body, that is our fifth body, where our karmic accounts are closed. Stored. And based on that, so once one lifetime is complete, now I'm explaining the soul's plan part of it. I explained earlier, but let us recapitulate to bring it into the context. So during the span of the lifetime, soul does not interfere into it, because we all have free will. Free will contract with the soul. Soul can give intuitive guidance message if we listen, but it does not actually intervene or interfere. Means whatever we have done, said, or thought, we have to take full responsibility for that. And because of that, if we create some imbalance, that will create karma. I give an example of a pendulum. If the pendulum is neutral, not moved anywhere, then nothing will happen. But because of any reason, any one side, if it is moved, that means energetically it is disturbed. It has to go minimum one time, equal and opposite to the other side, before it's coming back to the neutral. And that is how the karma works energetically. So at the end of one lifetime, what our soul does, it checks our karmic accounts. It sees there are plenty of accounts. Because, see, our lifetime, whatever the life says, suppose 80 years. Yeah. So 80 years has 365 days, and each day has 24 hours, and 24 hours, 60 minutes, and so on and so forth. So if you do that many types, because thoughts, words, and action can change in every minute. So that means it is possibility is there that we can create some karma. So even if you take 1/3 out when you are sleeping, but still the rest of the, suppose it is suppose 75 years. So out of that 1/3, say 25 years you remove. So 50 years of awake time we have, multiplied by, say, 65 days, and multiplied by 24 hours, and multiplied by 60. That many avenues are there. I'm just explaining statistically how big the number is. So even if out of that, not even every 1 minute, every 10 minutes also we have done something, number will be huge. The possibility that we can create karma, any kind of imbalance can happen. So what I mean to say, at the end of one lifetime, the number of accounts are plenty. It goes into millions, maybe. So in that case, what our soul does, like it helps us to neutralize all of them. So it creates next life. It plans such a way that if we have harmed somebody in this lifetime, next lifetime, wherever, that person action, so that we can repay. If you have, taken money from somebody, cheated somebody, another chance will come when we can donate, or we lose some money for that purpose, so that is settled, and something like that. So that is our soul's plan. So basically, when soul, before take next birth, soul gives the agenda. Agenda is basically our past lives balance, neutralized karma. If something is done, there is no balance, matter closed there. So maybe, out of say 1 million, maybe 500,000 they don't need to do anything. But rest 500,000 need to do something. So soul plans such a way that we get opportunity to return those things, settle that. So soul creates. So that is how soul selects where we will take birth, to whom we will meet, what will be our intellectual level, and things like that. So as we are like a relationship is today's topic. So to whom we will meet, that is already decided by the soul in this lifetime. Before birth, what is the basis of selection? The selection is our past life karma. We have done something, maybe good or bad, whatever it is. So they create the opportunity so that we come in contact with those people, and then we can get time or opportunity to settle all those things. If to some people we have done lot of karma to settle, it is not necessarily only one karma will be happen to one person. With another person, we can have, say, 1,000 karma or 20,000 karma. It's all possible. If there are a number of the karma there to be settled or more, then in this lifetime, we born as a close relative, and we cannot run away from it. So those are the things where normally the soul selects that which family will born and which are the other character will be there in the family. Then of course, then next lot is to whom we get married and all those kind of things. And we have at least some, option to select. That's what we think, but those are also planned. Anyway, so who will be our children? So these close, if there are a lot of karma to be settled, they are under close circle. And the next will be our acquaintances, like the friends and maybe the colleagues and, or our classmates and things like that. Yeah. Schoolmate, classmate, and all those kind of things, and the neighbors, and in this thing, those are the next lot to whom we don't have many karma, but some karma is there, so we need to settle that way. Anyway, like that. And there are one or two karma with somebody, there maybe we'll meet with somebody just by chance. Maybe we are traveling, we meet with the airport, and there are one thing to be settled that's already settled and gone, something of that nature. Yeah. So these are the three categories or three types of things. So basically what I meant to say is that to whom we have got a maximum karma to be settled, to whom have the maximum karma to be settled, they have been, our soul decides that they should born as our close relatives. Okay. And here also the masters, they sometimes joke that whoever is your greatest enemy in previous life, this lifetime, they take birth as a husband-wife. Okay. And that's why you see all the fighting going on. Anyway, jokes apart, but it is a fact that if we have a lot of karma with somebody, so it's quite possible that person is born as our spouse. Anyway, so this is the basis where the soul plans our next life. It is not that why soul is punishing us. No, it's not punishing. You have done something that need to be settled. Soul basically helping us to get those things settled. So, and why soul wants that this to be settled? Because unless until you settle all the karma, you cannot get enlightened. Means your liberation is not possible. You have to settle all those things. And this way of settling in this, when we start our life, I'm not saying spiritual part come later. Initially, the way it played out, when we do something for others and repay whatever so-called karmic debt, this particular phase, for a good person, good normal person. So if they do, it comes in the form of duty. Okay. So if that means it is also called karma yoga. If we do our duties, we don't know about spirituality, but when we born and after we take birth, we don't have any choice. Soul level, they have a choice, to select our close relative parents, siblings, and then finally the spouse, and then our children. But after we take birth, we don't have any control. So we cannot choose. So that means we have to go through it. We have to go through the process. And based on the degree of the karmic level, we have that kind of experiences and that kind of interaction. Some people are friendly, some people will be enigmatic, and all those kind of things. If some people are enigmatic, you understand that we have a lot of karma to settle with them. Like they're giving challenges in this lifetime. So there's a lot of karma to be settled with these people. Anyway, so now, when you do that, when you offer your, again, you have a free will, thoughts, words, and action into doing the right thing, that is called your karma yoga. So basically, you're doing duty. So, like if you have done your duty towards your parents and towards your siblings and towards your, then of course, spouse and then children. And then the second tier, like all friends and your school friends and college friends and colleagues and neighbors and all. Also, you have done good thing. You have done your duty as a good person. And then also, if you met somebody and suddenly somebody come to asking you help, you helped in the street. Suppose you don't know and there is no such thing. You did it. So that means you have done your karma yoga well. So if you have operate that kind of thing, then what will happen that you are not increasing your karmic debt. You are neutralizing. That is a karma yoga. So slowly your karmic thing will come down. And one point of time will come, then you are in a state where it is, as you run your life with honesty and your effort, so then you will be divinely guided. Spiritual help will come to you. Again, you have an option to choose or not to choose. If you opt for it, go for the spiritual life, then rest that period of time, you will be guided. You'll be, maybe guided one-on-one, one-to-one by a guru or guide who will be able to give you the clarity, give you the direction and things like that. And under the guidance, or maybe teach you something that is called Kriya. Kriya means spiritual practice. And meditation and all those things. So if you do that, then what will happen? The rate of burning your karma will be fast. Like, of course, in maybe so many lifetimes of karma, we cannot, burn maybe everything on your own. So what I'm saying is, if your karma yoga is correct, next you will be exposed to Kriya yoga. Somebody will come and teach you something. Some master will find you. The divine knows everything. When you are ready, the guru will appear in your life and teach you something. That teaching will help you to exhaust your karma much faster. And then if the master is granted with the ability for karmakshalan, the karmakshalan opportunities will come to you. And again, if you have to say yes, then that can happen. Then it is called the karmic go down, full of karma beach has been put into fire. It goes into the one shot. Anyway, So, so then Kriya Yoga, then Dhyan Yoga. And during the Dhyan Yoga, so one point of time that means already you have done good work like Karma Yoga, a lot of things got, reduced. And then because of your spiritual choice you made to be in spiritual, and you will be able to, under the guidance, you will be able to burn it faster. Then you come to a stage where maybe in your lifetime it is not possible to rest of the karma, which is in the Sanchita karma, to burn it or do anything about it. But that is where the Guru Kripa will happen. So like in my case, Babaji, and so then the ascended masters, they will come, and on their blessings, rest of your karma will go in one shot. In single event, rest of the karma, just it will disappear from your account. And once that karma is released from you, you suddenly got enlightened, like no karma left. As I mentioned, that enlightenment means end of karmic cycle, no birth and death cycle. So that's what it happens. So that's why it's called Guru Kripa. Means you can go only up to that level, like Karma Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Dhyan Yoga. That's all you can go. Rest of the thing, the enlightenment is not in your control. It happens to you. You don't achieve that. But what I'm saying is that is the purpose of this life also. So basically what we need to do, we need to prepare ourselves to be worthy of, to invite the divine grace in the form of Guru Kripa. That's the best we can do. So that means if you're honest in doing that, and one point of time, rest of the karma will be lifted and you will just free from all the karmic thing and you just fly high. That's how the thing happens. Okay. Now coming back to our, this topic. So soul's plan, you understand how the, law of karma, soul makes it. So past life account, how its settlement happens. And then the relationship lessons in life. Okay. So this particular thing, what happens is that these relationships, the lessons we, come here to learn is, particularly we learn more from the adverse relationships. That is also fact. First thing, we have to settle the karma. But secondly also, the adversity actually strengthens us from the soul point of view. It strengthens our capacity. Like if somebody has been go to the level of purity, like I'm saying spiritual things, they get more challenges in life. Their relationship is very, very challenging. This is not very nice and fine. If you see that all the spiritual masters and all, their lives are very challenging. They have to overcome a lot of things. These things are because by design, because as it is said that the coal and diamond comes from the same mine, but to have your highest potential to be the diamond, it has to go through huge number of tough processes, heating and high temperature, very cold temperature, and cutting, grinding, then polishing and whatnot. Whether the coal doesn't have to go through all those things. That's why the value difference, difference of, that several kg of coal, it fraction of a value of maybe 1 gram of diamond. Anyway. So it is like that. So basically, the challenge we have to overcome is, if you're having some issues with the relationships, it basically giving you more challenges so that you strengthen yourselves. Strengthen yourself, so when you end the life or you get into the enlightenment, that time but from your side, you got highly strengthened into the area. 3 areas we come here to learn things: money lessons, health, and relationships. Then you pass the relationship lessons. If you don't, go into that, okay, I will also fight back, and tit for tat and all those kind of things. If you take those options, basically you will continue your karmic account. It will not be settled. You will continue. Again, you have to come back and to settle another lifetime to settle. So it is not an easy task. At the same time, you will be governed by your own values. If you govern by your own values, your intuitive voice, your soul will always guide you for the right thing. But if you don't listen to that, if you try to punish others, and maybe genuinely means they're troubling you and you have all the so-called right to, give it back. But if you choose not to give it back that way, so means with your thought, words and actions, you are not doing that. The revenge or this kind of thing. But when you call for a revenge, no matter how justified you are, you will bind karma. Because thoughts, words and actions, these three things. And if it changes the energy of anybody else, then you bind karmic account with that person. So again, you have to come back to settle all those things. Yeah. So this is how the karmic lesson we have to go. We come such a way that we have to, with all these things, whatever we have come with, our qualities, our values. If we come to that, that fellow has mistreated me, I have also given thrashing to, that means you lost your quality. Yeah, there was some incident or some situation, but by reacting to it, you lost your value. Like you become one of them, So again, you have to come back, failure job, you have to come back again to do it. So those are the kind of things we have to learn by the hard way. So those are wise persons. They don't unnecessarily fight or give it back and tit for tat. This principle they don't follow. So because they know there is a law of karma. Suppose somebody is doing something which is they are not supposed to do. They are maybe somebody is like misbehaving or doing something wrong. Their karma will take care of that. But it does not justify that you do the similar way, give the similar thing back. Yes, you can do the self-defense, you can take the protection shield, spiritual things and all those things. You can take, you protect physically, you have to protect yourself. That is part of one of our principles, right? So, protect, like defense, but not the offense. Yes, Monica? Monica, I wanted to ask something. No? Okay. All right. So this is what it is. So I hope you understand the dynamics, the karmic, how our karmic account and the soul's plan and our life. By the way, when we take birth, whatever the soul's plan, that becomes our destiny. That's why we say that we cannot choose which family will born, which country will born. We cannot choose. After birth, you cannot choose. That becomes your destiny, your financial status, your intelligence level, and which way you will lead your life, and to whom you will meet, to whom you will, marry, to whom you will make friends with, and all those kind of things. So those will appear in your life as per soul's plan, and you have to then how you decide. You have a free will then. How you decide based on which it will come to you, whether you pass that exam or you bring more karma. There are many, many cases. The situations are given and to settle some karma, but they do more karma and go back. So that means next lifetime will be worse. You have to, this plus that, you have to settle. Anyway. But if you choose to be, to be in the path, in the righteousness, the dharma, if you follow your dharma, karma yoga, and all those things, then you will, one point of time, you will be given, guidance and all those things if you choose to go ahead and with that, and finally you will be through, whatever lessons, this classroom chapter is over. And these are all not theoretical, these are all experiential. So experientially you will go through it. whatever you need to go through. It is not about how many things you study. It doesn't matter at all. Studying something is a borrowed knowledge. So it is somebody else's experience they have written or said or thing like that, but that is not your experience. Yeah. So I'm just trying to make it things that by reading something, karma will not get diluted. So for that, you have to be in the experientially experience that first, and then you have to what decision you take based on which either your karma will be dissolved or neutralized, or you bind more karma. Okay, so all these things are there. All right, so that is about the soul and karmic thing, the first part of it. Now let us come to the second part, the types of relationships. Yeah. So relationships is basically it's like an environment that which gives you to interact. So relationships, there are many actually, and some of them important one I have given here. First is relationship with family, our immediate family members, and how we interact with them. We need to develop relationships. So either good relationship or at least working relationships rather than enmity, because we cannot run away. So we have to, like whatever we call it, like if some is I may not, maybe some close relative I may be misbehaving, I don't like, and they don't want to keep relationship. As for example, say my brother, yeah. So whatever it happens, it is a different thing. But I cannot deny the truth that he is still my brother and will be my brother rest of my life. Yeah. So some of the things I cannot change. Maybe it may not work out, but the relationship will still there. It will remain. That's what I'm saying. See, that's why the family relationships are those relationships what you have not chosen. I mean, this lifetime, but it happened to you. Only thing you can do, usko nibhana padta hai. You have to, somehow manage it or execute it as per your value system, as per your, behavior or tolerance or whatever name you call it. So basically, that it's the best that Hindi word is nirvana. Nirvana means a lot of parameters involved. I don't get any equivalent English word. So if you may make it अच्छी तरह से nirvana, then you are not binding any further karma. You are pass the test. You go, go with flying colors at the end of this journey. But if not, you have done something which can deteriorate it. No matter the justification. I'm not talking justification that, okay, he also did something to me, so I have also right to do. Yes, you have a right to do. But if you do, it will bind karma. Okay. So that's why you have to be careful, So because our purpose is somehow to get relieved of all these things, not to take revenge, not to give punishment. See, we are not here to punish anyone. So no matter how they are, their karma will take care of it for sure. Okay. Why unnecessarily? You take some action, then you bind your karma also. That is the wise understanding of the whole thing. So try to, if some it's not working out, try to be separated and keep quiet. That's okay. Means you don't have to interact if it is not working out. It's okay. So in this, the family matters, these things are main thing which plays. Now let me give this where the problem comes. So in family relationships, main problem is ego. Okay. Ego basically culprit of all other relationships, but mainly family relationship. It is the ego which creates the problem. Ego and so-called the right associated with each role. You know, somebody's role is husband and somebody's role is wife. So husband thinks these are my rights. Okay, I'm supposed to get these things from this relationship. Wife thinks there are some rights. I'm supposed to get these things, or my right is overpowering. And then this is basically clearly ego projections. Okay, just let me give you some fundamental understanding that you know, if ego enters into the relationships, definitely the relationship will spoil. Okay, and that for sure. Because ego, the tendency of the ego not to be second to none. It wanted to be in the top. And it's not possible into the relationships. Yeah. And actually, the wise things is just opposite. You should be able to accommodate anything not going as per your expectations. But ego cannot tolerate that. Ego wants everything to be as per his or her will. You know, that's what ego wants. Anyway, so in the communication, in this family relationships, when ego plays are there, what happens is that even unknowingly, means nobody, maybe they are not aware that there is ego coming into play. But understand one thing, I'm just giving you one statement, one truth. If one ego talks, another ego responds. Okay, automatically happens. Because we have inherent ability to understand that this is coming from the ego of the other side. Without knowing it is ego. But the moment that we receive some communication, some vibe or something, some words or actions for definitely for sure, if it is coming from ego, that your ego will respond. Okay. So then what happens is, then it will go into the scale 1 degree higher and 1 degree higher, then goes out of control. Because it will happen before you know it. It go out of control. So now the thing is, then I'm just giving small tips because this way I'm not discussing solutions of all those things. I'm just saying this is a issue. Yeah. Close relationships, basic issue is ego. Why is it an issue? Because one party throws something out of their own ego, other party responds from their ego, because this is automatically happen. It is like a knee-jerk reaction, you know. Automatically, the other ego automatically responds. Okay, I'm just, as I'm mentioning this point, let me give you a quick, like a spiritual thing of it. If one person out of this has got into spirituality, they understood some spirit, they get some spiritual guidance. What the person can do is be in Shakshi-bhav, witness consciousness. Think that what is going on in his or her mind. Forget about the other party. You don't have a control over other party. But your mind, what is going on, if you can witness, that is a starting point. So moment you see that your ego is raising to respond, when you are witnessing, there is a chance that reaction will not be coming from your ego. You'll be able to control it and get control over the situations. Then you give appropriate response, not reaction. Okay. And that is the way to de-escalate the situation. Okay. Just I leave it there. But the way is, spiritual tool in this case will be Shakshi Bhav. Before you say something, you should be able to see what is going on in your mind, what you are going to say or going to act. That is energetic level. If you can catch energetic level, then you will be able to respond. Respond means it is with, you know, it is not, when it is going towards containment rather than escalation. So that is the technique here. Anyway, and this is about your close relationships. So mostly, as I mentioned in the first part, most of the close relationships, we have a huge karmic account that we come here to settle. So and that is why there will be most of these close relationships are challenging. Because we cannot run away from these things, and we have to face it, because basically our soul is giving a lot of opportunities so that we can settle all the matters, past life matters and things like that. So if you take this proper approach, if you do your duty, if you do in the witness consciousness, you are not escalating it, then it will diffuse your karmic account. Slowly it will normalize and close. In worldly term, you may not benefit. Basically, so-called, you have to sacrifice or you have to absolve whatever, many things. But eventually, you will coming out of this karma. That is more important than winning this war. Okay, the ego war. Anyway, so this is just, I leave it there. So that is the first point is about. And of course, I have some, later last part of our topic of discussion, there will be some tips, spiritual tips are there, that how to maintain harmony in life. So we'll talk about that there. Okay. So type of relationships. So I explained about the family relationships, relationship with society. All your social, means man is social animal, it's called. So you have to be in the society. You have to be in the others, different types of people you have to meet. How you behave, how you, take that. Or it is said that how you can absorb many things without reacting. All the injustices in the society, you are not there to solve all of them. It is, nobody has given you responsibility to do it. Only thing is, even in the midst of all this, what is called dirt, you should keep yourself, clean of all those things. This is what it is called Jal Kamal Vat Jeevan. Yeah? The lotus, they're born in the mud only. They come out from the mud and then it blooms, and then not even forget about the dirt, mud, not even the water can touch it. So it is called Jal Kamal Vat Jeevan. So this kind of so-called adverse social environment we have been given so that we give a strength to come out as like a lotus, not to be another part of the mud. If you go and fight with that, then you will drag down into the mud. That is not the purposes. Yeah, life purpose is like that. So this particular thing, and so the social part of it is in this, and social part also interacting with your friends and things like that. And we we try to make friendship with many people, and maybe you're looking for a life partner, and that is all our social skill. We have to get into all those things. So either we can be successfully cross it. I'm not saying you will be happy and all this. That is not the success. I said you are not creating any more karma in the process. That is your success. You are not changing the mud. It is still, you are in the mud. And Ramakrishna Paramahansa Dev, he was telling that you should live a life in this society like in Bengali they call pakal mach. Pakal mach means the small fishes which are in the mud. Okay, you say that particular small fishes, they live in the mud, in the small ponds. They go into the mud, but because of their texture of their body, the silver texture, none of the mud is stick into their body. That's good. That is the feature of the pakal mach. Anyway, so he said that is the way to lead the life. So it is not about relocating to another very nice, clean water swimming pool and you are there in the fish. No, you live here, but you live such a way that not even a dirt comes into stick to your body. That is what it means. So if you cannot, if you do that, like if you see, different type of experience, you say, I'm saying normally what happens in the society, we think I'm smart, I can manage the people, I can do that. Okay, good luck. You try many things, and finally, after series of your smartness into relationship business, ultimately, most of the people landed up in making their relationship status complicated. Okay, so you see the many people, the relationships into, I think, Facebook or something, it's complicated. So that is the effect of the smartness. Yeah, you landed up into the complicated status of your relationships with others. Like that is what it is. Anyway, so that is not a smart outcome. Okay, that is practically the spiritual terminology. That is your work in progress. Means you have not learned a lesson. You have to go back again and learn it, so that your relationship becomes simple and straightforward. No complicated. No knots. Okay. So it is a very simple thread, no knots. That is the best kind of relationship you have. So that is your goal, not winning or best relationships and all those kind of things. And anyway, so those are the relationships. Of course, in this today's world, it is complicated. It's Kali Yuga, and most of the people are negative. They have vested interest, and all are agreed. Yeah. So that means more negative means more challenges you have to face. More challenges. Now I'm giving the, like understanding part of it. Yeah. More challenges mean that much faster you will be able to clean yourself. Like you already met all the challenges. So to qualify, you become, if you maintain the purity, you will be very fast. It's like in fact, it is in this period of time, it is the fastest to get into this clean, means purity. System will not allow you to get pure. The society will not allow you to be pure. And all this, everywhere, it is full of negativity and vested interest, corruption, this, that, and all. But whoever comes out from this system, they're very, very powerful. But only just maintain the cleanliness. That's all. Simple and positive and like virtue they maintain. That's it. Just to simply doing your duty enough to get yourself clean from all those things. You need not do special efforts, because the system is like that. Lot of temptations, lot of things, lot of way to think, oh, everybody is doing, why not I? Okay, you do it. This life is gone. Next life, come again, job. Anyway, so that is about the social relationship. So this we need to learn and understand. In this matter, I will tell you one thing. It is, we have, all of us, we have a minimum 700 lifetimes, both in the family relationships and relationship with the society. We had enough of our own soul's experience. So you listen to your intuitive voice, the inner call. Like if that your inner voice is telling something, don't go. Logically, you don't understand. Why not? Everybody is doing. Why I should not be a fool. I should be whatever. If you listen to your inner voice, it will be guided you properly. You don't need anybody else. Your inner voice is your inner guru. Yeah. But what we do, we don't listen to our inner voice. We listen to our ego, our brain. And there, when we get, massive failure on stock, major things happens, then we start crying, and then we suddenly from there we come down to what we call it poor me syndrome. Why so much injustice in life? What wrong I have done? Why God is punishing me? If any of these things are played in your mind, then you are into that category. You failed into this taste of life. Okay, that's why you are thinking that way. And who is responsible? Nobody except your ego. That's all. So if you feel that way, main thing you have to what? Get out of this ego. Ego-based things. Ego-based, of course, ego inject thoughts in your mind. So first you get out of those thoughts. And that's why the meditation comes into play. Anyway. All right. So this particular things that so these are the kind of the relationship with the society, social relationships. Next is about the money and earning. Yeah, we get a big lesson. As I mentioned, that art plane is the only plane where we get the money lessons. There is no other dimension where we can get money lessons. And here that money lessons are, that's why the different types of financial situations have been created. That's why you face so many things about earning money. And also where to spend the money. That also there. Ego is always there. Ego wants to spend certain way. But if you do that, then ultimately you'll end up in spending for something which binds karma. It is said that pleasure is temporary, karma is permanent. If you spend money for pleasure, and in the process, if you harm something or somebody else, you will bind karma. So then the pleasure will go, but baat gayi, but karma will kahin nahi gayi. Even it will transfer to the next lifetime till it is sorted out. So wise thing is to minimize that, where to spend money and all those things. Regarding earning, you have a very simple logic you have to follow. That what is a simple logic? Simple logic is, first is that we have to go with Sulakshmi, not Kulakshmi. Means anything earned in an ethical manner is called Sulakshmi. You work, for earning, if you need higher education, you get these things, your efficiency or things like that. And of course, so that is Sulakshmi. Or Kulakshmi is like a cheating someone, taken loan, not repaying, borrowed from someone and not keeping relationship so that we need not to pay. All these are Kulakshmi. Yeah, definitely bind karma. There is one way. Even in Shulakshmi, you need to understand the difference between need and greed. Okay, so Sulakshmi first, Kulakshmi, forget about it. You will be definitely dragged down, more karma. In Sulakshmi also, nothing wrong in looking for better opportunity, abundance, of course. Yeah, but you have to internally, you have to make sure that you are basically putting effort from your need to satisfy your need. Greed level, there is no limit. If you fall into the level of greed, the cycle will keep going and it can drag you into something which is unmanageable. Okay, that's all. So if you have something which is more than you need, then it means only one thing. You have more capacity to help and serve somebody else or the humanity or something. Do something constructively with that. Maybe you build one school or for or hospital or pay for somebody's treatment or whatever. That's okay. But this capacity, if you do it that way, you will be divinely guided. Those activities, whatever you do for others, that will come into your added, bonus point, like what you done for selfless act, not selfish, selfless act, that will be added to your kitty, into your own value system. And again, it will go as much beyond your present lifetime. So that's why some people say that anyone suppose you go from one country to another. Suppose you go from say India to Europe tour. So you exchange, no? Exchange Indian rupees into euro, and then you go there. So they say these kind of activities, what you spend here in this lifetime, spend here for others. Some good acts for others, helping others and all. So they become your account for your like a post afterlife, like in the higher dimension, that will be used, whatever you have done with that. Now you have some opportunity to do it. So you are transferring this currency of this world into the next world currency, where you need that into that. Same thing when we go from one country to another country, then we exchange. So these works, these kind of things are exchange of your this world money into the next world, higher dimensional, like a kitty so that will be better for into that one. Anyway, so this is just for understanding purposes. Actually, it doesn't happen that way, but if you do that, it helps you to go into that in the higher dimensional things. Okay, so now that next to and also in the money means all our working level, our colleagues and all these things are there. And if we are in a business, then we have to understand our client. There is a relationship with client. So office, we have relationship with the boss and colleagues and subordinates. So all these are relationships. So in the process of making money, we have to, they are not our family members, but in this circle, we have to be there. We have to earn money. And in the process, again, the main logic is same, that we'll not, bind any karma. If we punish someone unnecessarily, harass someone on somebody deserves something, intentionally we blocked it, then you bind karma. Your decision matters. Your intention matters, rather. Something you intended to harm someone, actually it didn't happen, but your intention was there. That is enough to bind karma. Okay. So we have to be careful here. So of course, we will have new avenues and earning, but again, it should be Sulakshmi. It should be going towards, your like a need. But another principle of attracting wealth is the more you give, more will come through you, because your channel is open. Those you go into the tendency of hoarding, then at one point of time it will stop coming to you, because it is like a flowing of electricity. In the flow, it will come. If you are in the flow, you will receive many. Flow means it is coming to you. You are also giving it to the world. So you are in the flow. You can do some, even you are doing business, and that is also flow. It's okay. Means by doing the process, maybe somebody else is getting benefited, somebody getting employment, and somebody getting service, and all that's all fine. Yeah. So we are not saying that giving means only you have to give donation. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have to be in the flow so that this money circulates for a good cause, for helping the humanity. Then you are aligned with the divine principles, and that is the principle to get the prosperity and abundance as well. Our goal of householder spirituality, Aishwaryavan Muktatma. Aishwarya is there. Yeah. So how you do it? This is the way. You become the part of the God's plan. God means, okay, I normally don't use the word God. So whatever divine wants to do for humanity, if you are part of that processes, you will also enrich yourself. Yeah. If we get like some water flow is coming, if we help that flow to pass through, the water is coming, it will go to somewhere else, like a river. But I helped it to go to that level. So it is passing through me. I'm not holding it. Okay. But as it is passing through me, I will get whatever my requirements will be definitely met. So, but I'm not claiming it to be mine. I'm just be in the flow. I just facilitate the flow. That's all. The source is not mine, but the destination is also not mine. I am just means to go to that, to its destination. That's all. That is the flow of abundance. That is the level we have to maintain ourselves. And now that relationship, okay, money, let's go to the next one. Next is relationship with nature. Okay. So you have been gifted with the Mother Earth, this nature, yeah, with all its flora, fauna, and the animal kingdom, and mountains, and all this natural things, rivers, and everything, So what is your relationship with the nature? That also matters here, because you have to live here. You have to basically you are just like a tourist into this planet Earth, if you see the whole soul's plan. So how you interact with this environment, this nature, that also determines what will be your outcome at the end of the journey. Means you exploit the nature, you just pollute the nature, etc., etc. That is also, it's equivalent to binding karma. You have to come back to having some effort in the reverse direction. So maybe if you create a lot of pollution and all those kind of things, if not in this life, next life you will born some places where environment will be cause for ruining your health and your the prosperity and abundance, and maybe relationships, all will be affected. You have to be facing those kind of things. Nature does not mean that the trees and mountains only. It also includes here the animal, the living beings, other beings which are not human. How you treat them, how you treat the animal, etc., all comes into your kitty. Yeah. Because here you are more powerful, most evolved version of the so-called animal. How you take care of your junior siblings on planet Earth, that matters. Whether you do it responsibly, or you treat them badly, or exploit them, etc., or hit them, that determines the outcome. Yeah. This is about, so what lesson we come here to learn here. So let me tell you, the animal, okay. Nature gives you the caring. It teaches you caring. Huh? So like if you see, the nature gives, like the trees gives us oxygen, and it converts the sunlight into food, like the photosynthesis. There are many animals that sacrifice to be part of the food, even though, you need to overcome that and learn that you should have the sensitivity. But anyway, if there is no other choice, somebody is in, say, maybe in the middle of snow-clad mountain, there is no vegetation and all those things. So they have to survive on the animals only. Yeah. So they're part of the food chain. So there it is okay, because there is no choice. But given a choice, then you choose which the lowest form, life form, you take it as your food. Leave the highest forms, higher forms. That is the approach we need to take about the food. Anyway, so what I was telling, that so nature means like the air and sunlight gives us nurturing unconditionally. It is giving us. It is showing us you should give and take care of the habitants of this planet Earth. The animals on the other side, it comes here to teaches us unconditional love. Any animal, it teaches unconditional love. Yeah, that's why they don't complain. Why so many people they prefer the pet rather than another human being? Why their relationship is so deep with their pets? Because the pets teach them the unconditional love. They don't keep on complaining or demanding the rights and all those things. Yeah. I'm talking any animal, not only domestic, any animal, they teach the, like a pure unconditional love. We need to learn unconditional love from them. They have a descended from angelic realm. Hmm. They're not humans, but they have that quality of service and teaching unconditional love. So any animal if you see, they're basically teaching you unconditional love. Yeah. If you don't bother them, they will not bother you. Hmm. Of course, if some animal, they are for their food, they have to kill some other animal. I'm not talking about that part. No, because if even the animal, if their stomach is full, they don't attack. Human being we attack. Even if our stomach is full, if you all needs are met, if you have a lot of wealth, still we attack. Okay, that is a peculiarity of human being. But animals they don't. If say they're satisfied, food is there, they don't attack any more animal because their stomach is full. They don't. Hmm. Anyway, so for them we have to. They are here to teach us the unconditional love, and this the nature teaches us how to give unconditionally. That's why many times I say that we receive air and sunlight for free. Have you seen the sun is sending you bill? Ki, I have given you this much of energy, this much of light, and this is the bill for this month. It's unconditional, it's free. But without that, we cannot live either. All energy on the planet Earth came from sun, still coming, photosynthesis and other ways. And direct also the temperature maintaining all those kind of things. So this is coming from sun. Anyway, so this is about your relationship with nature, it matters. So if you use it, whatever you need, you take that like air, sunlight, etc. Don't unnecessarily spoil it, or that is how you maintain the good relation. And for the whichever is the lower in the life form, then you, like animals, plant, take care of them. Okay. Take care of them and be loving approach towards them. And so that's why you create some good bond with them. And spiritual level, you can even talk to them. And it's all possible with communication with animal, communication with trees, and all possible. You need not to go to that level. At least if you don't harm them and all take care of them, that's good enough. That's a good karma yoga. Okay, so that is about the nature. Now it is going little bit. Let us go a little bit deeper. What about the relationship with you? Okay. Most of the time, we consider our ego is me. Okay. So whatever you consider you, that is actually your ego. That is a false self, or you can say lower self. And it has dragged you so much. If you've driven under the ego and your prompting of the ego, and you go to so much, then you lose whoever actually you are. Whichever the divine gifts you have. Maybe many people, they lost themselves already. They have no way they can come back. That is not the truth, but that is what it is. Yeah. Maybe too much of karma, bad karma, that the originality is lost. There is no hope that they can get back to the neutrality. So many of the things happens because of our own misunderstanding of our own thing. Those things are called conditioning. We are conditioned. Childhood conditioning, educational conditioning, religious conditioning, social conditioning, many, national conditioning, many things. So if we go into the conditioning, then we operate from the brain and like ego, then we become something. We are not that. Okay. Then what happens? You even You forget who you actually are. Many people are there. They become so much gone away from their central point or their true self, they don't recognize anymore because they keep on keeping masks, like they wanted to look good onto this forum or to this and that. They wear so much of masks, they lost that how they are. Yeah? In fact, for the humanity, because of this approach, this attitude of the human being, actually, though those masks are manifested during the pandemic, right? They actually have to physically wear some mask to hide yourself. But psychologically, from our attitude wise, we put so much of masks, or these are called conditionings on us, then we lost our purity because of so much of conditioning. Each conditioning, now I'm giving the spiritual understanding of this conditioning. Each conditioning is like your trapped energy. Some energy is trapped there and they are governing your intellect. That's why choosing it to be that way. Because of those things, you lost who you are, your originality, original purity. When you take birth, your soul has given you certain things. You lost that in the process. So if you say what to do about it, then you have to come out of this conditioning to know yourself, who you truly are. Looking at the mirror will not, it can show you your external part, but who you are not. Okay. So for that, the conditioning has to undone those things. Means trapped energy, you need to release. To release the trapped energy, you need to raise your vibration. I'm giving the spiritual solution to all this. In other words, you have to do Kriya, or at least 100 and stomach breathing to raise your vibration. When you raise your vibration, the trapped energies get released. It will take some time, but ultimately it will cleanse your system, being. Physically, there may be nothing. I'm not saying you have a toxin in the body. I'm not saying that. It is all psychological and energetic. So those trapped energy can be released by the spiritual processes. Okay, kriyas. And when those things are there, slowly get it clean, you'll be able to meet truly who you are. You will be able to meet that. When we are conditioned state, we actually don't want to meet who is truly are. We are fearful about it. And that is why in that particular condition, the people cannot be silent for a certain time. Because the moment they are silent, the truth, their true self, they have to meet with their true self. They don't want to face it. So they keep their mind busy. All the time they're listening something, watching maybe television for hours, or talking phone on hours, or maybe, while just now sitting in the car, just switching a sound system, and so that boom, boom, some music comes, and so that occupy themselves. Yeah. And many people having a lifestyle of, say, maybe they are working or sitting in a computer in the office, and moment after office, from there they go to a party and meet with all this, drinking and shouting and all those things, and they come back home and they flat on the bed dead. This attitude is basically avoiding your true self. So it is avoiding to face the mirror like of sort of things, but in the psychological domain. Those are the symptoms of we are running away from ourselves, our true selves, because we cannot face ourselves. Even we cannot want to listen to what our inner voice says. So we occupy ourselves with a lot of external noise. Anyway, no matter what it is, but it is never too late. If we choose to be, there are ways to come back, to center ourselves. Like our life is good. More we go away from the center, then more we face the turbulence. I give an example of that So in the park, the children park, there is some discs that rotates. Some children go there, they rotate the disc and they enjoy some. In that disc, more you are onto the periphery side, edge, more is the chance you will be thrown away from that if the speed goes high. How to avoid that effect? Most of the people leading life in the edge like that, anytime they can get thrown out of stability. So how to manage this turbulence from external world? You have to inching towards the center. If you come exactly at the center, there is no, whoever of you who read the physics, no centrifugal force at the center because radius is 0. So if you center yourself, our science says, then you can avoid the centrifugal force, which is throwing you out. So in your life, if these kind of issues are throwing you out of balance, then wise thing will be not go towards that edge and try to forget in the, by too much socializing and partying and all those kind of things. You try to center yourselves. Come to the center. First thing, the mind need to be, too much of, random thoughts need to be controlled. Meditation. When you centered, then you meet yourself, your true self. And that relationship you need to establish. Otherwise, lost everything. That is your inner guide, inner voice. And it is also fact that binding force, this is about meeting, not how you hold it. That aspect is called self-love. If we don't have self-love, many of us, knowingly, unknowingly, as I was mentioning, we don't face ourselves. Basically, we know, our true self is not good. We don't like that either. Same thing with somebody else is doing, we don't like. Same with us also. And that's why we don't want to face ourselves. But starting point of us is acceptance of whoever we are. From there, we have to slowly work upon, that is a spiritual process, come to the level of who we are made of. We are made of pure love. Then there comes if we come to reach to the point and become a self-love, accept whoever we are, whatever we are created of, acceptance. Then from the core of self-love, slowly, the family will change. Means our approach, attitude towards family will change, relationship will change, society will change. Means our approach to society will change, our approach towards money will change, approach towards our work and things, everything will change. When everything changes, our life transforms. Yeah. This is the way, but it is called relationship with our own self. If you keep on hiding from your true self, you'll never be able to achieve anything finally. Now, when you know your true self, then you start appreciating of the source of everything, the creator. You started seeing there are much bigger, universal force, pure loving force. Everywhere you look into, that is divinity. And the channel towards the divinity, experience divinity, is through your true self, through love. And then you start with your relationship with the divine starts from there. Earlier it was running away from it. And try to I know better, I can do something. Those are ego driven. More you are driven by the ego, far away from the divinity. By the way, everything is divine, but it also has the infinite love. It empowers you. It has given you, the divine actually has given you body, given you the world, the nature. It has given you free air and light and everything. It gives you everything. Okay. Also, it does not claim to be, divine doesn't claim you are my slave. No, it has given you the highest form of love it can give. That is your free will. Not only that, it's given you all free will to do whatever way you like to enjoy your life. Do it. There's no restriction. And it is also a free will contract. During any process, do not come and interfere. What best things you can get? But it is you who need to recognize this, appreciate it. And then finally, when this relationship develops, that is your spiritual journey. And it happens through your soul consciousness through universal consciousness. That is your relationship with the divine. This part is completely spiritual. So that is also a relationship that you need to maintain. So, and there are different levels of that relationships, and that is experiential understanding of the whole process. Then we finally experientially understand who we are. That is called self-realization. Okay? Enlightenment. Thing like that. So you can see the beyond, other higher dimensions and everything. Yeah? All right. So out of all the relationships, what is the relationship lesson we come here to learn? That I meditated on that. And what is the purpose of the relationship altogether? Ultimate goal of any relationship whatsoever we come here to learn is just 2 words: to give. That's it. So we come here to learn how to give. That's the relationships. All these relationships, whatever you named, it is the way to give. People misunderstand, means common understanding, relationship, give and take. Only give, no take. That means you will not receive anything. Yes, you can, but receive as a gift. No demand, no contract, no deal. You will keep on giving. Whatever you are getting, that is a reward, that is a gift. You appreciate the gift. But if you don't get, no demand. So this is the thing we come here to learn. And then whatever we get out of this is called joy of giving. That is independent. It is not depends on the worthy of that party, this party, who and what. No. My relationships are all how I can give. That's all. And joy of giving fills my life. All levels. Whatever capacity. It's not started with, I'm not the owner of that. I'm just temporarily given the body, temporarily given the mind and things like that. Temporarily given whatever I can earn and things like that. If I can do unconditional giving, then all the lessons I have learned. And that I conclude. And finally, no further things, bonding and all those things. And that joy take me forward in the joy of giving. Okay. Now the last part. So I think not. I just quickly let me think. There is something called, when you go into this level where you understood how to give. Yeah. If you will understand the relationship lesson, how to give, then your life will be filled with something called Jeevan Madhurya. It is actually literally means the nectar of life, but here the meaning is the harmony in life, like harmonious experiences of life. Jeevan Madhurya. Okay. Now I'm just going backtrack. Whatever we discussed, now I'm going backtrack. So practical tips, how we can enjoy life, harmony in life, Jeevan Madhurya, how we can get it. To coming to the process, it is saying that it is like sweetness from within. Life itself has sweetness within. But to nectar, that sweetness, that madhurya, to enjoy that, it is say, like a sugar cane. It has to squeeze. Life squeezes us so that originally, whatever is there within us, I'm not talking about altu-faltu ego thing. Originally, we have the pure love. No? That love oozes out of it. So that is the final outcome of this. Jeevan Madhurya comes when the life actually squeezes so that the core of art, the pure love comes out. Understood? It's not other way around. The life squeezes, we become bitter. No, we become like that sugar cane. We undergo the grind of life, but what we give is the sweet. Like a sugar cane juice. Okay. So this particular part of the thing called Jeevan Madhurya. So the squeezes, whatever we are saying squeezes, if we can derive the 5 things, approach or attitude towards life, which can give us our approach towards life, so that even if the squeezing, only the sweetness comes out of us. So it is basically wisdom based. It is not a logical based. But let me read those points then. Those 5, when first you acknowledge any relationship. Acknowledgement means, okay, let us take just for understanding purposes, say your partner, life partner. So at least you acknowledge the presence of, or the whatever is the existence in your life. Don't ignore. Yeah. Most of the relationship has started with one ignoring the other. That's not a good. If somebody comes into, I'm just making it simple so that you understand what acknowledgement. Somebody, say your partner enter into the room. Don't keep busy with the laptop. At least you acknowledge. No? Simple thing. Acknowledge the presence. Very simple. Unfortunately, about 90% people, they take it for granted. They don't acknowledge. It's a hard reality, of life. Premnenwalji Guruji has taken, I think, couple counseling of maybe 3,000 or 4,000 couples. Okay. And Guruji's study finds out one of the main thing is they don't acknowledge each other. There are further steps, but at least you acknowledge. That is the starting point. The first A is acknowledgement. If somebody comes, somebody present, acknowledge. Yes, oh, you are here. Okay. That is true for any social thing also. If you ignore somebody, then you are not building any relationship with that person. First is acknowledgement. Then is acceptance. You have to accept whoever that person, how that person is. It cannot be conditional. If they behave that way, then I accept. And if they don't behave this way, I reject. No. You accept by your own quality. You accept what it is. Because you are not the creator of that person. So don't try to pretend to be so. You cannot change anyone. What you can do, accept the things you cannot change. Okay? Anybody, anything, in case of nature or something, accept what it is. You may not like the sky color is blue. You think sky color should have been yellow, as per your opinion. Forget about that. Accept what it is. If it is a blue, let it be blue. You like it. That's it. That is called acceptance. Acceptance of what is. So this is the quality of the relationships, which makes you peaceful. Peaceful and further blissful. But First is acknowledgement in a relationship, then is acceptance of what it is, no matter how it is, whether you like it or don't like it. Then you will become judgmental. Just accept what is without judgment. Next is appreciate. So now it is going towards the further. You have to go into the appreciating what it is. If something you don't like, that means you, in that area, means in the higher level, it shows that area you cannot appreciate. More you go towards that higher level of consciousness, then you start appreciating more and more. And for the spiritual part, if you go, high level of spiritual level, they feel Sarvata Bhadra, means everywhere it is all good, all fine, all nice. All are Shiva, expressions of Shiva. You appreciate different, representation of the same source. That is appreciation, because you know it came from the same core. Maybe the form is different, I may not like it, but it is also that form of that source, which created me, which created everything else, that also created that. So be it. That is appreciation comes because the core is same. Yeah? Only it comes in the different form. Okay. Whoever created the day, that same creator created night as well. So I cannot criticize night and accept the days. I have to accept day and night both as a different expressions of the creator. That's all. And then accommodate or adjust. This kind of accommodate or adjust means, suppose that other party or whatever it is, taking something or, taking some action or something, some maybe abusing behavior or something. Here you go for with your whatever self-defense and all those things, but you have to accommodate that. You have to adjust with that. Or it can be just suppose in the nature, many things in the nature, maybe already there are some pollutions, already there are many floods and this and that, but you have to adjust with it. You cannot fight with this nature. Okay, maybe some earthquake is happening and all those kind of things. Same with the people. Some people are maybe quarrelsome and all these kind of things, but you cannot correct unless and if that person wants himself or herself to do that, but you cannot do that. What you can do is adjustment with it. Adjustment makes you peaceful. And challenging it, correcting it, it drags into this kind of interaction, but may not be pleasant at the end. So this is coming from the wisdom that you have to accommodate. Means people say your heart should be so big that you can just forgive someone or accommodate or adjust with someone, not because that person deserves it or not, because you are your capacity is so huge that you are able to accommodate even these things. Good, equivalent, bad as well, no issues. You can accommodate. It is your quality, it's not about them. Yeah. And finally, the last one is awareness. And this awareness is the multiple level of awareness, and this is the highest form of your this is the highest form your relationships about your awareness. You may not have to react to everything, but you are aware of everything. That awareness is your shield. It will protect you, it can guide you, and everything will do. So, person with a high level of awareness, they are actually can go into the level that they can see it like a Sarvata Bhadra. They can attain that goal of the relationships to give, something to offer. It all comes from the awareness. Because in the lower level, it looks like a stupidity. But the awareness level, high awareness level, when your awareness level go high, then you don't see anything as a so-called trouble or something. Everything is a part of the creator, expressions of the creator. You are playing your role. You become the divine agent because of your awareness. And your all the spiritual stuff, basically your awareness. Like the difference between a spiritual person and a non-spiritual person is just a level of awareness. And also the enlightened person, the level of awareness is very high. Spiritual seeker, awareness is much better than the normal people who doesn't know anything about spirituality or the truth or the soul things. Yeah. And this one, the common people, they don't have the awareness of the any higher dimension other than physical things and the five senses. Yeah. They are basically from spiritual level, if you see, from the truth point of view, they're sleeping. They're not aware. So this is the kind of thing. So ultimately, to live a content life, you should be high in awareness. People say, no, simple living and high thinking. High thinking, because normal people will not know the word awareness. High thinking means you are highly aware. Your awareness level is high, so that even whatever you think, those are also in the higher level. The thinking people say that different level of thinking. See, like the lowest level of thinking, they talk about others, other people's faults mainly. Little evolved mind, lowest level of mind, they keep fighting and talking ill about others. Okay, people. Little higher level mind, not as the lowest one, they talk about the material things. I need this, I have to do these things. I bought a watch and this cost this much, and I bought that kind of car and it costed this much, and whatever. This, when I go there, I stayed in 5-star. So objects, so they talk about objects. And then the still higher level, the fully aware people, they don't talk about all these things. They talk about how to benefit other human beings, how to help other human beings, how to make it little better, life little better. Okay. So those are the people, the quality of their thinking is the highest level. And those are the people who are so much aware that divine works through them. And that is the level of awareness we need to reach. Like the people, when they talk, the subject matter gives them of whatever. By the way, talking about other than not necessarily they have to be spiritual in that sense. They can be inventors, like inventing new technology. They are also helping people, helping humanity. Okay, new way of doing things. Those are all highest level of thinking. They think about how to help the humanity, how to help others. So anyway, so these are the type of thinking. The high awareness means if we lead that, it will be self-satisfying life. And that relationship with the life itself is in the highest level when awareness is very high. So that is the awareness is aware of itself. That is the highest level of living or holistic living possible on planet Earth. All right. So with this, let us conclude our today's session. I mean the learning part. Now, if you have any question, you can raise your hand and ask. Let me take the attendance in between. I'll come back. Let me save the Yeah, Monica, I'll come to you. Just let me say it. All right. Yes, go on.
Pranam RPS.
Pranam, pranam.
Much for beautiful session. My question is like, if we are overgiving, if somebody is overgiving and you always emphasize on self love, and obviously we have to protect ourselves and our peace of mind too. So, when we had created a lot of imbalance in our life with other relationships, especially the immediate family members relationship, because as an overgiver it comes easy to you to overgive and take care of everyone else and put yourself the way in the end. And when all of a sudden we try to do this self-love thing, that okay, now I'm gonna take care of myself and protect, you know, my peace, then it is so confusing, and it is creating imbalance, because first of all we have to unlearn of overgiving and protecting ourselves also and put ourselves ahead of everyone else. And it's creating imbalance, and I don't know how to do it. I mean, self-love is one thing, but it's I have not been able to do it.
Okay. All right. So the two parts, let me give you a second part first. Yeah? Self-love, basically, you cannot give somebody else love if you don't love yourself. Okay, as simple as that. Okay. First, you need to love yourself so that you are able to give it. When you are overflowing with self-love, the expression comes into that, then you are able to give it to others. Okay. So that's why we call it self-love is a way to achieve finally the giving, the transaction ends. You be love. You need to give anything. Okay, I'll come to your overgiving part little later. Okay. But self-love make you to be love. That is the state. Like you become like a flower. It gives a fragrance automatically. It's not giving, taking, or demanding, nothing is there. You should to come to that level where your self-love, where you are expressing yourself, whatever you do, whatever you think, and whatever you say, that is radiating the love. Because your being is love. Truly, it is the truth. But only thing is that when you self-love, it opens up that any kind of conditioning, throws away all the conditioning so that it can express in the purest form. That is why the self-love practices are. It is not about giving to somebody. It is making yourself, your being as a full of love, like a light. It gives light, but that is not the transaction is made. No? It glows because energy flows through it, it glows. And people get light, others get light, but by nature it glows. So self-love make us glow. That's all, not give. That happens automatically, like that. So this is about the self-love part. So it is an exercise to come back to go into our core and release the truth so that we emanate the truth. That's self-love. Now let us come to your first part of your question, the overgiving. Yeah. There is nothing called overgiving. Okay. Giving is there, not overgiving. Why the over things, pretext comes into the giving because of our expectations. Overgiving comes when we say we are overgiving, means we started giving, but my expectation is not met. I have not got proper return out of it. So whatever I have given, whatever. See, you cannot give anything more than your capacity, no? Okay. There is a limitation. But when you give that, whatever you can, you think I have given over because the return is not there. I don't see the return is coming. This return business is your expectation. So that's what I'm saying. There's nothing called overgiving. What you can do from here, you work towards going to unconditional giving, means without expectation. If you do that, it will never be over. If you get something in return, welcome, like a gift, you accept. If you don't get, that is also okay, because you have not expected it to start with. If you go into that territory, what difference it will make? The difference it will make is you go to the level of awareness, level. You achieve your peace of mind. Otherwise, you keep on searching why I'm not getting, I have done so many things and why I'm not getting it. Why that other, people, they are so selfish, so ungrateful and all. Basically, they are not, they are the way they are. It is your expectation from them that makes the difference to you. So spiritual path tells in the relationship things, that is why the ultimate goal is to give, not to expect anything in return. That's why there is no give and take. So when we go to give, whatever possible, I'm not saying you do extraordinary things, you give whatever, only thing you have to be careful that no expectation in return. If somebody reciprocates, very good. You appreciate. Appreciation is all one of the A, right? You appreciate. But if you don't get, don't criticize. Okay. Because your expectation didn't meet, so don't criticize. But if you get, you appreciate. In both ways, it is a win-win. You are giving without expectation, so that you are expressing yourself, and you take it as a part of your karma yoga. You are doing your duty. You are doing your karma yoga, and that way your life is changing because you are performing well into this karma yoga path. But Mahaphala Shukaracana, no, expectation in by of return. Okay, that way makes your life peaceful and blissful. That's all. Okay. All right.
Yeah, but I'm still a little bit confused
Yeah,
because
yeah,
then
tell
there's
me
a
your confusion. I will tell you further. I'm not saying that's all. I'm just saying that now let me know what is the confusion is about. Then I can explain further into this matter.
yeah, I in my mind, there's a thin line because okay, overgiving, appreciation, accepting, and awareness. I'm diligently working on it. But when is it not self-sabotaging by just let other people take you for granted? Because in unconditional giving, you're also sacrificing again that part where you're working and trying to protect yourself too. So that part is not very clear to
Okay,
me.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you bluntly. It's all about you and you. Other people jai tellene. Okay. It is not about other people. It is about your life, your choice, your purification process towards that ultimate goal. So drop that idea how other people will take it. If you truly wanted to do it, just first you work on yourself and then you express yourself. It has nothing to do with others. It is about learning how to give. That's all. If somebody is, like a very nice, good, they will reciprocate. Some people will not. Both are okay. To that level, when you have to come, then only these things will not bother you anymore. Okay, it is not about other people. Even though it is called relationship, but it is not about other people. It is about you. वही तो है ना वो जो है ना in the mud you have to be in the mud and then become a lotus. It is not making another particle on the mud lotus. It is you need to be lotus. That's all. Lotus will not say कि मेरा साइड में बगल में जो है वो तो कचरा कचरा ही रह गया. Why I should be lotus? Okay. That is what Jal Kamalvat Jeevan is. Okay. So that's why I'm saying the other kachra jo hai na, wo jaye tel lene. You have to be lotus. Because why you have to be lotus? Because that is your highest potential. This is an opportunity to express yourself at the highest level of potential. That's all. It's a complete by itself. कोई दूसरा कोई लोटस क्यों नहीं हुआ, doesn't matter दूसरा हुआ क्यों नहीं हुआ. Okay, so you have to just work in this, out of all this thing, mud also, you have to be lotus. That because you express yourself at the highest level. All right.
Yes, thank you, RPA. It's work in progress, but yes.
It's okay. It's okay. But feel free to ask questions. Don't think that what others will think again. Okay. दूसरे को सोचने दो, कोई बात नहीं है. We are all learning. It's experiential learning. So ask. You're good that honestly you ask questions. So I appreciate. Yeah.
Thank you, RP. It's the same question I've been asking years after years, but someday I'm going to get it.
ये तेल लेने वाला वर्ड तो मैंने 7-8 साल पहले बताया था. है ना? You remember?
Yeah. Thank you, RPA.
Okay. God bless you. Okay, Rishi.
Guruji, sometimes when we are looking for validations, does it mean we do not love ourselves? Like self-love is missing. That's why, especially like I've seen for myself in office scenarios, if I don't, I mean, there are times when I look for validation, and does it mean that I'm not confident or I'm not, I don't have self-love? I don't love myself enough. That's why I look for validation.
Yeah, good question. But it depends upon what kind of validation you are looking for and from whom. If you are looking from validation from your boss, that is a genuine looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you need to progress into your work and things like that. But if you're, requesting or asking validation from in the social circle or some of your friend in the Facebook and all these things, those are not really needed. So it depends what you are looking for the validation and whom you are approaching for the validation. You become what we are speaking here, you as a person. I'm not talking about a particular, somebody's job is to, give you a rating, your boss. Okay, for that, of course, you need to ask validation. You ask, okay, sir, how I'm doing? My performance okay? It's a very good, feedback. You get feedback from your boss, And to help yourself. The intention is to help yourself to give more effort or some area you cannot see. Some area maybe you didn't realize. All of us, we have blind spots. Your boss can identify that and tell you this is the area you should, improve. You take it and improve upon. So it depends. But not every Tom and Dick and Harry you ask for the, like a validation. That's not really needed.
Yeah. So in general, it is like even from colleagues, if I have some meeting or some discussions, and then I feel a little bit non-appreciated or something like that. I think there is something in me that seeks validation from colleagues as well. So is it because I am not confident, or is it because I lack my own
no, there are two things here. Let me give you something. One thing is you are looking for to better yourself, to make yourself better, and you are seeking feedback, But only thing is, then you give a test. I'm giving a test. You see when they give feedback, if it is not a good feedback, how you accept it depends upon that your original from where the validation thing comes, that determines. If they give area for improvement, this you could have told this way, that way. If you take it that, okay, good, yes, you tell me that, thank you, but I will improve upon it. If that is the approach, it is a good thing. But if you get disheartened, I have given so much good presentation, why they are criticizing me, it gone completely wrong. You should not pursue that further. You are asking for a validation stamp. You are not trying to improve yourself. And that validation coming from your ego. The other one is coming your attitude to, self-actualization, to better yourself. So it all depends how you take it, how you can take criticism, say. That determines how you will use it. Okay, understood?
Okay. Okay, Guruji. And about normally, like I'm not posting things on social media, but in general, if we look for society's validation, what does that mean then?
No, it means nothing. From spiritual context, nothing. It becomes a problem. And
Okay.
because of that, we have to give our relation status complicated. Because we cannot tell the truth, so we have to give for society, to feed the society. See, understand this. You are not, why you need to feed the society? I am the way I am. I give a damn what somebody thinks about me. It is their problem. That approach, if you give something in the social media, or you talk about something without giving damn about what they say, then you are in the right path. But if you get affected by it, that means you are a slave. That is called social conditioning. You are conditioned and you have to get out of it. Get to the truth. I mean, not run away from society. I'm saying that it should not affect you. But you can use it for your own betterment. That part is fine. But if you get upset if somebody says bad things, then means you are asking for some validation, just self-satisfying, to satisfy your ego, not to improve yourself. Okay. Same, visually same thing, but how you approach that makes, what is your intention, that makes the difference.
Okay, Guruji. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. God bless you. Taposh?
For a particular soul, in one lifetime, one physical body, and when it goes to a next lifetime, physical body is different, but mind, body, intellect for the two physical bodies in the two lifetimes, that must be the same, correct?
Mind, body, intellect? No, different.
If it is different, then karma of the last lifetime, why it is getting loaded to a new lifetime?
Because that is the soul does.
Yeah.
See, something is created into this platform, planet Earth. It has to be, repaid into the physical body, into the planet Earth.
Correct.
For that, soul need to create another body so that the same platform it can be. Means you have taken some loan from a bank. Suppose you have taken a loan from a, say, Standard Chartered Bank. You cannot give it back to HSBC. Okay, for that you have to settle that with that. So you have to go to same bank, same way you have to repay. Same here.
But the loan taken by person A in another lifetime is now has to be repaid by a person B in a different lifetime.
Not person B, soul is same. No?
So the common point is same. Huh?
Means you, so rather than you think like that, the soul is same, but the representations are two.
Correct.
Like your right hand taken the loan and left hand is giving back. That's all. But original connection is same. No?
Correct. But in the lifetime, in the first lifetime, the mind, body, intellect, which created the karma, why it should have a bearing on the next lifetime, whose mind, body, intellect is different. It is totally different. So why the second one is bearing the brunt of the first, even though the soul is same? I agree. The soul is same. But these are the two different physical body along which is two different mind, body, intellect.
Yeah.
But person B, body B, is bearing the brunt of body A, even though these are two unique representation of the same soul. I agree. But so why the B is taking the onus of something? If mind, body, intellect would have been the same for A and B, then it makes sense.
No. It's not, because it is a part of the physical body. It goes with the death. See, but energy remains. No?
Yeah.
See, karma is an energy. Whatever you you say the loan or bad karma,
Yeah,
whatever, it's basically a form of energy, no?
Mm.
So when the physical body ends, if it's same physical body, it is settled, nothing goes there.
Correct.
That is the fact. But
Mhm.
if not, where the energy will go? It will be suspended till the new thing is formed,
Then it
again
goes
is
there.
created to funnel that. I mean, it is the other way around. It is not that the why second body will pay. Second body has been created to pay this.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That is the soul's plan. No? That's the beginning I explained.
The soul is just like working like an umpire, basically. Here it is.
Yeah, because soul cannot repay. Soul doesn't have karma. Karma is created into this level in the physical body, mind, and intellect package in the planet Earth. If it is not finished its work, it has to be into like create that further mind, body, intellect to repay. It has to create. Soul will create it, but it will not repay it.
Yeah, it will not repay it. That's correct. Because now the autonomy is given to a new physical body with the mind, body into new mind body.
But it comes with a set plan. That is what is the destiny of the second body. That's why we call destiny. Okay. From where the destiny comes, that is the earlier lifetime and the things. So why the first body cannot repay? Because it has got a limited lifetime.
Correct.
If that body could have, death as per the wish, maybe 500, 600 years, then they might have finished all the karma, then go. But that is not how it is designed. No? Human body is not designed that way.
Correct.
So the way, alternately to manage this issue, the soul need to create another body of that, again, another limited lifetime, and try to finish as much as things as possible.
And pass on the old karma to this new one.
Yes. That goes into the fifth Karan Deha, and from Karan Deha, again, that's the Sanchita Karma. Again, it goes into Prarabdha, into the new body, and then it plays.
Okay. And another one is slightly different, is this, there is a bigger purpose in the universe. So there is a bigger purpose, and karmajogya jeta amra boli shobai korche. So that when that is gradually going down towards the soul level, and soul decides how to distribute this work, which will be a contributor to the original work, and then it gives birth to its own representations to physical bodies, and then then individually they are coming to the earth to execute those pre-planned work. Now, this that means can we understand that each and every individual who is taking birth is coming with a predefined path of work, correct? Plan. So it is all predefined. Individual activity is written against him.
Not individual activity. Individual activity is a free will. See, understand this way. Any given point of time, anyone life comes under influence of two things. One is the plan, soul's plan, and another is our own karma.
Correct.
Because some karma may not be inherited by the previous lifetime. Maybe this life. Suppose you put your hand into the fire, immediately your hand will get burned. Here there is no time gap, so it is easily understandable. So your hand is burned, but it has not because of your past karma, because of your kriyaman karma, right?
Present one, yeah.
So that's why we say at all the events in our lifetime goes parallel to things. Either it is plan which is executed, or your current life karma which is into play. And current life karma, you have a free will as well. These two things run parallel. Anything is happening, either it is planned or your current life karma.
Okay. But he's coming, the person is coming with a predefined track, that what is going to happen in future, what are the activities he will get involved. Those are all part of the, which we call as destiny path and all. Correct?
Destiny path, but free will can change, affect in it is a big subject altogether. When we go into too much detail now. See, three things we call 3V. Okay. First is that the velocity, how fast it will happen. That will change. Something will happen, velocity, and then is variety and vastness. These three things can change.
Okay.
Free will can change these three things, but things will happen. I normally
Okay.
give example going from one city to another by driving. High speed, you can start and end there, finish. Shortest possible. You try to move around here and there, stop in between, then your velocity may be same, but your variety is more. And vastness, how much in depth you will go into each place, that is up to you.
Okay.
These three things can change, but going from one city to another is predetermined. You have to choose another one.
Okay. The quality of movement will be on the free will.
That is governed by the free will, but not the destination. It is fixed.
Which will create the deviations and variations and creating karma or positive
Right.
or negative.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Radhika.
Okay. God bless you. Bonnie, go ahead.
Hello.
Bonnie, go ahead.
Pranam Dastikta.
Yeah, Pranam.
I want to ask, since you said that whoever we meet this lifetime, it is based on our past karma, and that soul has already decided. Now, for example, as you said also that in your organization, if the boss tells you to do something, you take validation. That is okay. But if you just be as it is, for example, there are nowadays in your organization, it may happen there are multiple bosses. So how do you do you have to seek validation from each of the bosses, because each boss may have many different things from you?
Okay. Just 1 minute before you go further. I'm not saying you have to look for validation. I have not said that.
Okay.
But if you wish to, for your work, if you wish to get validation, then in your work you have to ask your boss. No? That's what I said. But I am not recommending that you have to go and take validation from each of your boss. No, that was not the question. Earlier question was that I'm asking for validation if it is right or wrong. Then if you're asking validation for your work, then obviously your boss, you need to get the validation first. But we don't have to. Reverse is not true.
Okay. And if I just try to be as I am, okay, and I try to fulfill my work, okay, definitely yes, with sincerity. Is it so that automatically my soul will be guided, or it will go according to the path which is predestined, or I have to myself put effort to change certain courses so that I achieve the desired result? Or I just be there, calm, do my work as far as I can, and then automatically I will be guided towards my predestined path.
Okay. See, these things, let me put it this way. Normal, standard advice for me in any situation in life, it is do your best and rest you leave it to the divine. Doing your best, only two things you have to remember so that you are not doing any kind of wrong thing. No harm to anything or anyone. Only these two things you have to be careful. After that, you do your best and rest you leave it to the divine. Automatically, it will be taken care of by, whatever your soul's path or something like that. So, of course, you need to take a decision, and there is no right and wrong answer here because every situation is unique. You have to weigh down all the parameters, then you have to take a call. And that is why you have been given intelligence. No, we have to do that. But once you have taken a decision, then don't start rethinking and double thinking and all worrying about it. That's not what is needed. But only thing you have to be convincing yourself that whatever decision I take, under the given circumstances, that best I could have done. Whether actually it is ideal or not, that is a different issue. But you have to satisfy yourself in the given situation. This is the best decision I could have I have taken, and that's all. Okay, that's why you have to make it simple. After that, whatever happens, it is basically doesn't matter. Means none of your business. Still something, everything doing right, also something can, invite some bad result, or some people may did something or other way around that something you have not, but still you get a good result. But that also happens, no? So that's why it doesn't matter. You do your part best, so that you yourself should not tell yourself, I could have done this, I could have done that. No, whatever you need to do, you do it now. But once you decided, just delink yourself from it. But only convince yourself that is the best you could have done under the given circumstances. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sonika.
Pranam RPA. I don't have a question, but I just want to add on to something what Shreyasi said. She was talking about the validation. So I think we often do that, but I have got a little twist how I do that. Generally, I don't ask for validation, but like at home with my husband, what I do, like our grandmother used to say, अगर किसी ने खाना अच्छा बनाया है, तो उसके हाथ चूम लो. To praise that, you have cooked a good food. And आज के टाइम में तो कोई ऐसा करता नहीं. Nobody will say कि खाना अच्छा बना है. So on my own, when I eat and मुझे अच्छा लगता है, I go and keep my hand in front of my husband's mouth. That you have to kiss. That is an acknowledgement. मतलब you can say बदमाशी है, because he has not even spoken a word कि खाना अच्छा बना है. But the moment my children see this, they start saying बहुत अच्छा खाना बना है, बहुत अच्छा खाना बना है, and they also kiss. वो शायद बच्चे कंडीशनिंग हो गई उनकी कि इसका मतलब we have to praise mama. Generally, which we don't do. तो forcefully validation लेना, मतलब मैंने ऐसा किया है, मैं थोड़ा बदमाशी with the spouse कि ये करना पड़ेगा टाइम.
No, that is all right. This is all harmless thing, no harm to anything or anyone. That's all good, no? See, anyway, it is a matter of appreciation. See, problem comes when you do only, everybody will appreciate you and you will not appreciate anyone. That you need to be careful. If you reciprocate similar way, when somebody else, your family cooks good food and you also appreciate, then all fine there. It's okay. Absolutely nothing.
That we do every time, me and my kids. If my husband has cooked something, we all will say. And then he says, तुम लोग बहुत ड्रामा करता है ताकि हम खाना बनाए. So I'm not falling into this trap that you guys are appreciating me so much that I'll cook again. So, but you can say थोड़ा सा हंसी मजाक वाला माहौल to make
No, बहुत अच्छी बात है. See, these are called spice of life. Masala. वो भी चाहिए होता है life में. This is very good thing, this is very appreciated. Only thing is, if it is not, सिर्फ मैं ही demand कर रहा हूँ कि मुझे, but if it is reciprocated, and it is very good, it is very, good thing. Means, see, this shows how unique thing we can create in our families or our things, and these are very good thing. It is much appreciated.
This is for the very first time in a public forum I have told this, but it's a very personal thing. But you can say छोटा सा family drama.
नहीं drama नहीं. That's the spice of life. It's good, very good. Yeah.
Thank you for giving this idea, Sonika ma'am.
नहीं, but इससे अच्छा कंडीशनिंग शेषी क्या है? बच्चे एकदम से अलर्ट हो जाते हैं. They start appreciating. मम्मा बड़ा अच्छा बना, बड़ा अच्छा बना. They automatically comes and kiss the hand. तो उनको पता है कि अगर पापा को फोर्सफुली कहा जा रहा है तो हमें करना है ताकि हमें अगली बार मिले. तो है तो एक तरीके का ये भी वैलिडेशन ही, दो इट इज फोर्सफुल एंड थोड़ा बदमाशी टाइप का, विच जर्नी वी डोंट डू. सो आई थॉट आई टेल यू, देखो कुछ लोगों के साथ वी कैन एक्चुअली डू दीस बदमाशी, नॉट विद एवरीवन, एंड आई डोंट डू इट पब्लिकली.
नहीं ठीक है, बट दैट्स योर चॉइस, बट देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग, एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. थोड़ा स्पाइस होना चाहिए. वो कन्हैया भी नटखट थे ना. Okay.
अब पूरे घर में जैसे हंसी का माहौल हो जाता है ना, मतलब
Yes, yes, sure,
अल्टीमेटली
sure, yeah.
मैं जबरदस्ती अपनी प्रेज निकलवा रही हूँ. I'm forcing, him to appreciate me and children also automatically. कि सब बोलो
Yes,
मम्मा ने
yes.
खाना अच्छा बनाया, like that.
Very nice.
ठीक है, thank you.
Okay, God bless you. Okay, those of you are asking about the boss and things like whatever. Main thing is boss is also human being and can be the person who can sometimes take correct decisions, sometimes may not be the right decision, etc. I'm giving one tips. Whenever we go and meet with the boss, yeah, so first of all, when you enter, suppose boss's table, wherever your boss is sitting there, you check your nostril. Which nostril is on? You have to sit your dominant nostril towards your boss. Okay, like there are two chairs, you sit down that chair where the dominant nostril will face towards your boss. And you can convince the boss to your whatever way you want. If you can, if you follow, you have to observe then, follow the boss's breathing level. Yeah, little movement. Like if you can synchronize your breathing with your boss, then boss, wo jo bhi, whatever you say, boss मान जाएगा. I'm just giving, the tips. Energetic.
But Guruji, it's like online. For online, kuch tips. Do you have any tips?
No. If the online, then whatever nostril you, suppose my right nostril is on, so I will sit like this, na? Little angle. Okay, so that my boss is in my dominant nostril side. But if it is other thing, then I will just sit little like this. Yeah, I'll talk like that, like this way. There are some energetic tips how to, be energetically things in the boss's things. And some boss is creating too much trouble, then you have to do this double circle and cut energetically. And if your office environment is not good, then daily you do the violet flame cleansing when you enter into the office. These are the tips you have to apply. Depends upon what is the requirement. Okay.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. Vani.
Guruji,
Yeah.
I was like just laughing at whatever these conversations, and I remembered one thing that even before my boss appreciates me, I appreciate him. So
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That is very good. Yeah. That lifted up the energy level. Yeah. That's very good. Yeah. Of course. So that's the very good thing.
Thank you. Sorry,
Okay.
I took some time.
No. That's good for sharing. Thanks for sharing. All right. So already we exceeded more than half an hour. So we'll conclude with Shantipat. Sarvesham swastirvavatu. Sarvesham shantirvavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Om sarve bhavantu sukhino. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Salam. That